Hey everybody, this is my Summerslam review. Show just ended. You know what? I'm gonna kick it off with the pre-show and the match between Antonio Cesaro and Santino Marella, U.S. title on the line. This was a good match. Had an interesting story with the Cobra. Yeah, I know the Cobra. I know. But end of the match comes when Santino finds a second Cobra behind him in his butt. He attempts to do the Cobra. Oksana's on the apron. The Cobra gets distracted. Then Antonio catches him, finishes him off with a neutralizer. 1, 2, 3. Santino is beaten. Antonio Cesaro, new United States champion. So now we go into the show and the opening match, Chris Jericho against Dolph Ziggler. This was a very good match, probably the best choice to start off the show. Really good back and forth match. A lot of good spots by both men. End of the match came when Jericho locked in the walls of Jericho onto Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler had to tap out, and Chris Jericho got the win. Next up was Daniel Bryan against Kane. This was an interesting match because, the whole storyline where Daniel Bryan apparently has anger management and Kane. Well, anyway, it's a decent match. I thought the ending was really good. Daniel Bryan slaps Kane across the face, gets him real angry, and the thought was Daniel Bryan was going to try and get Kane disqualified, which didn't happen. So a couple moments later, Daniel Bryan climbs up to the top rope. He's about to do the diving headbutt. Kane catches him by the throat. He gets up, hits a choke slam, and then instead of going for the pin, I guess still upset about the fact that he got slapped, Kane decides to go for the tombstone piledriver, picks him up. Daniel Bryan reverses it into a small package. 1, 2, 3. Daniel Bryan wins, and I'm actually glad about that because of all the guys that have been, getting crowd reaction, Daniel Bryan is at the top of the list as of late in the WWE, getting the crowd reaction. So Daniel Bryan, just storms right out of the building. So Kane is chasing them. So in the middle of Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler talking about, how a great week it was here in LA, blah, 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 we see Kane. He's destroying stuff. He's looking for Daniel Bryan. He's throwing trash. He's looking in a closet for some reason. Kane's coming out of the closet. And then Josh Matthews was told to interview Kane. So Kane picks up Josh Matthews and asks him, "Where's Daniel Bryan?" And Josh Matthews says, "Daniel Bryan just left the building." Whoosh! Poor Josh Matthews. Second time he's been killed this year. He's just doing his job. Oh, man. He's got to get paid more for this. I mean, granted, he's great on Are You Serious? But Brock Lesnar killed him on Raw. Now Kane kills him at SummerSlam. He's got to get paid a little bit more. Come on. So then we go into the first of 4 consecutive title matches. Intercontinental title, Rey Mysterio against The Miz. Mysterio comes out dressed up as Batman. Thankfully, no tasteless Colorado jokes were mentioned in this match. This was a good match. The ending was good. Again, another match with another good ending. Miz, I'm sorry. I'm listening to the people talk upstairs. Miz tries to hit a move. Ray reverses it into a pin, gets a 2 count. And then as Ray's about to do so, he goes from one corner to the other. He's running, and Miz lifts him up, and Ray, you can hear him, he's going, "Ah!" Like he's on a roller coaster. He's going, "Ah!" hits the turnbuckle. Then Miz hits Ray with a skull-crushing finale, 1, 2, 3. Miz wins, successfully defends the Intercontinental title. And I was actually glad that Miz won because I was actually a little bit afraid he was going to lose the belt. This was the match, and I'm going to be honest, this was the match that I was least looking forward to, but ended up being maybe the second or third best match of the show. Probably the second best match of the night. But Miz wins. Then we go to the World Heavyweight title match, Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. A better match this time than they had at Money in the Bank, I thought. Del Rio did a good job focusing on the, of the storyline of going after the arm of Sheamus. And a very good controversial ending to the match. Ricardo Rodriguez comes into the ring. Or actually, no. Del Rio pulls Ricardo into the ring, slaps him a couple times across the face. Referee tries to get Rodriguez out. Meanwhile, Ricardo throws one of his shoes. He tries to get it to Alberto, but it deflects right onto Sheamus. Sheamus grabs the shoe, hits Del Rio over the head. Then he hits the Irish Curse backbreaker. Now he has the pin. 1, 2. Del Rio's foot is on the rope. Referee doesn't see it. 3. And then Sheamus takes the foot off the rope. And, the referee doesn't see it. So Sheamus wins. He's still heavyweight champ. And then after the match, Jerry Lawler made this ridiculous, stupid comment. Like, well, I guess tonight it was Sheamus' karma that ran over Alberto Del Rio's dogma. Or some stupid crap like that. It was just really bad. It just was a bad joke. Then the tag team title match. Primetime players, Titus O'Neil, Darren Young against R-Truth, Kofi Kingston. I thought this would have been the match on the pay-per-view that the titles would have changed hands. If I had to pick of the 4, I thought this would have been the one where the titles would have changed hands. Primetime players dominate for a bit. Kofi and R-Truth, they get a little bit of offense in, but, they get stopped by Young and O'Neil. The end of the match, Kingston does the springboard dive off the top rope on the O'Neil. R-Truth and Darren Young are in the ring. R-Truth hits Darren Young with what it looked like a jumping STO. I could be wrong. 1, 2, 3. Kingston and R-Truth remain the tag team champions. Then we go to the WWE Championship, the triple threat match, John Cena, Big Show, CM Punk. This was a better match than I expected it to be. It really was. And I'll tell you what, I thought of everybody that was involved in SummerSlam tonight, and I'm sure I'm going to get bashed for what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. Big Show looked the best tonight. Just something with him. He was on tonight. The focus of this match, Big Show was just dominating John Cena and CM Punk. I mean, he was just beating the crap out of him. Punk and Cena, they'd get a move or two in on him, and then Big Show would come back. And this was very interesting. I thought it was pretty cool to see a guy like Big Show who, had been in the cage match, had been in a Money in the Bank ladder match, and in this match, portray a monster, a real monster, beating the crap out of these guys. And he did a fantastic job, I thought. The original ending of the match came when CM Punk locked in the Anaconda Vice on the Big Show, and then about 30 seconds later, John Cena put on the STF on Big Show. Big Show taps out, so the bell rings. Punk and Cena think that, both men think he won. So AJ comes down, she's skipping down the aisle, she grabs the mic, doesn't say anything, and then Punk is yelling at her, going like, well, what, I won! Why don't you ask the people? Why don't you tell them to tweet who they thought they won? That was the best line of the night. So AJ, all she says is, restart the match. So the match is restarted, Big Show is up, double choke slam, tries to pin each guy, only gets a 2 count. And then he's about to throw the right hand punch onto Cena. Cena ducks. He hits the AA, only for CM Punk to throw him out of the ring. Punk covers Big Show 1, 2, 3. CM Punk wins. Still the WWE champion. I like this match. I like the ending to this match. This is why with Miz and Mysterio, it would either be the second or the third best match of the night because of the WWE title match. I thought it was a good match. Punk winning, right move, and now his reign is going to go on even longer. And actually, one point that Michael Cole made in the beginning of the match, and it's true, and we all know it by now, but I'll just say it anyway. CM Punk has not main evented a pay-per-view since December of last year. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go into a rant. Then it was my intermission time because they did some concert, and when I came back, they were showing the video clips of the people who made the video singing, and the Spanish announce team was dancing. They were like, and, you know, they had all the divas there, and it looked like the Funkadactyls were doing a hoedown, and maybe Rosa Mendez was back? I thought it looked like Rosa was back. I could be wrong. That was just a complete waste of time. And just found out, breaking news, that next year the theme song of SummerSlam will be the Barney song, I Love You, You Love Me. Let me get that joke in. Okay, so now we go to the main event. Brock Lesnar and Triple H. Now, something I forgot to point out during the pre-show, but I guess it's now a good time to mention it here since it revolves, or it does with this match. Triple H has a segment, or is talking to the referee for the match, Scott Armstrong. And he tells him basically, this is a fight. Whatever you do not disqualify anybody, do not count out anybody. The match ends when you either count 1, 2, 3, or somebody taps out. And the entire time, Scott Armstrong's like, and then he even makes the point, Triple H makes the point, and I laughed at this, that this match was the biggest match that Scott Armstrong was ever going to referee. I just had to laugh. I'm like, okay, the title matches were not bigger than this. So we have the match. Brock goes for the arm early on, and he often goes for it a lot in this match. There's one point where Triple H is thrown over the Spanish announce table, and then Brock does a really neat jump off the edge of the Spanish announce table because it got tipped over. Double axe handle onto Triple H. Looked really good. And then Triple H got a little bit of an advantage, and this was a scary moment because Triple H sent Brock into the corner of the announce table that Cole and Lawler were in, and he said out loud, "My stomach is hurting." And for those of you who don't know, he had a very serious bacteria issue in the stomach a couple of years ago that really almost killed Brock Lesnar. And he spit his mouthpiece out. I thought he was going to throw up. I really thought he did. So, go back in the ring. Just more fighting. Triple H hits the pedigree, but Brock kicks out at 2. Brock tries the Kimura lock again, and Triple H makes the rope, but, referee can't break it because no DQ, no count out. And then Triple H hits a second pedigree, and as he's turning Brock over to go for the pin, Brock locks in the Kimura lock again, and then this time twitches the arm enough for Triple H to submit. Yes, Triple H tapped out. Brock Lesnar won the match. The match was, what I had expected it to be. Even, when they added the no DQ, no count out, I really wasn't expecting much out of this. I really wanted Brock to win because if they had brought Brock in for this 1-year contract for however many millions of dollars, and you're going to have him on pay-per-view 3-4 times a year, and you're going to have him lose all the matches, what would have been the point of bringing Brock? So I like the fact that he won the match. I really did. And then after he leaves, and this is just strange, like the last 5 minutes is focused on Triple H. No surprise. And, at first the fans are chanting, "You tap out, you tapped out." And then, he's starting to leave, and it looks like he's crying. And, now it gets you to think, oh, this may have been Triple H's last match. And then the last line that was said was Jerry Lawler, and he said, "I think Triple H just said goodbye." And I'm thinking to myself, well, of course he did. He's going to the back. This is to get to the pay-per-view. Yeah, of course he's going to say goodbye. No. But in all seriousness, this pay-per-view was really good, I thought. With the exception of the main event, each match... Well, actually, let me take that back. With the exception of the main event and the tag title match, each match had my attention throughout the night. Give this a thumbs up. Best match of the night, Ziggler and Jericho. MVP of the show, I thought, was Big Show. I really did. He was great tonight. He was on fire. The concert was not necessary, but, they had to stall time for the main event, so I guess I can understand that, but do we really need this? Oh, and for those of you who did not watch it, and I don't know if they're going to show it on the replay, you know how they do the camera thing where they show which celebrities are there, like Piers Morgan was there. Fred Durst is there. And you got to remember, this is TV PG. They're in the PG area. So they show Fred Durst. Something got bleeped. I don't know what it was. And then he flips the camera. He's like, and I'm like, oh yeah, PG. That's TV PG right there, folks. But I don't know if they'll show it. I doubt it'll make the DVD. I really doubt it will. But who knows? Maybe it'll be on the replay. All in all, really good show. A lot better than I thought this was going to be. Out of the 7 matches, 5 were good. 6 if you want to count the pre-show match. Like I said, best match, Ziggler and Jericho. I guess I'd go Miz and Ray second, but not by a lot over the triple threat match. Good show. Would recommend it. Crowd was alive for most of the show. Really was. I thought it was a good show. And who knows? Maybe, I doubt it, but maybe we have seen the last of Triple H as a competitor.